In the only building this franchise has ever known. We're at the home of the Texans. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, two teams hailing from the AFC. Between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. Savor them while you can, football fans. Just 2 weeks left in our regular season as we get underway in Week 17. Finds some space. He's past the 30. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Set, ready. 60, ready, cut.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. He's 4A up the middle, and that's about 3. That was a Fatu Melifonwu there to make the play.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Got it.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Ready.
He's dropping back to throw. That's caught, Tucker Kraft. And he'll get it up to the 44. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Here we go. Set, cut, cut.
They get to Henry on the inside handoff. He's going to bring this down to their 35. So 20 yards on that play. And that's good for a Tennessee first down.
Well, his game is off to one heck of a great start and bringing his offense along with him. We crossed midfield after that run, and now all eyes on that offense, focused on the end zone.
Ready,
All
right.
set to go now from the 35.
Ready. Yellow, ready.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
Teammates notice when they got a guy willing to take it on the chin to get rid of the pass. That's a pass that's going to earn a lot of points with the other 10 players, not just today, but when they go back and watch that play on tape.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Come on, set. Cut, cut.
Opening carry of the game for Kimani Vidal. Nothing doing on the draw, Brock. That's going to send him backwards ahead of 3rd down.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
On the ready.
3rd and 4 coming up now.
Ready, ready. Stick it to blue, you, yellow. Ready.
Back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Well, we're already seeing his legs going to be a factor in this contest. But I'll tell you what, Kate, if pressure's going to be on him like that, he's going to have to put his running back cape on and really use his ability to escape and keep things moving forward.
And he sends this one straight up, trying to stick them deep. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return.
First and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Coming out throwing is Baker. He's got his man. That's Alec Pierce. And hey, if you can't prevent the catch, Brock, at least prevent a gain after it, right? So they make the quick stop at the 31. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. Now Mayfield. That's complete to Johnston, now right. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
20.
Now the first carry for Quinshawn Judkins. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
First and 10 from the 43.
Set. 180. Stop.
From the gun, Mayfield. Taylor hit and the ball is loose. And the Titans pick it up. They get a little extra on top of that fumble recovery as they take possession.
I think the defense would have just settled for getting off the field with the takeaway, but they add a nice little present onto the end of it for their teammates who start this possession with much better field position.
First down now, ball at the 33.
Down. 22 middle. Red. 38. Set.
They're going to throw now, following the turnover. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Devon Holland comes up with it. And the Texans take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, okay, I guess we've got a couple of very giving teams today, Brock. One side coughs it up with a fumble, then the other side graciously hands it right back with the interception.
Hey, listen, if you like playmaking defenses, then you like this game right here. These defenses, they're the ones supplying the big plays, and they're putting their stamp on this game.
Now, the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. Short pass brought in, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
Coming to the line for another first and 10.
The 17-yard line.
On the give, here's Judkins. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Gain of 28 yards. That's another Texans first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
1 quarter down in this all AFC South contest. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Texans in possession. They're looking at yet another first and 10 on this drive. Throw left side. Taylor has it. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Real. Hey. 180. What's that?
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Lay it out for this one, and he makes the catch. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be first down, Houston.
First down.
Alert.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Mayfield tucks it, starts running. And he won't get beyond the line of scrimmage. Good work by the defense. 2nd down coming up.
Boy, is it tough to fool this defense with how well they read and react to these plays. Held that line, and the QB keeper gets nada.
Now, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Hey. What's that?
Pressure coming. Baker. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
To the line and set. Here we go. First down.
What's that?
Handoff now. And Judkins. That's some decent running there. Gets him 4. It's going to be 2nd down.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Run. 180.
Here's Judkins on 2nd down. He's actually going to lose yards here. They take him down at the 10-yard line. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something. An injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
What's that?
3rd down. Here's Mayfield. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans get the game's first points here in the 2nd. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one splits the uprights, and they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Smith has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Return starts at the 3. Jukes away from one.
Jalen Waddle on the return. The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Titans to the line now. 1st and 10.
Ready, set.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Buying some time left. This is complete. Downfield to Smith. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a 29-yard gain. And the Titans have a first.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
Connects on the crosser. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead.
Every touchdown's got its own story, but for me, Kate, that one's all about courage. Courage of that receiver to run all the way across the field. Courage of the quarterback to know it's going to take a little extra time. That courage paid dividends for 6.
Down.
will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Ready?
All right, they're going to throw for it. And this is caught, and that bid for the lead works out. They're now up 8-7. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for two. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. That's caught. Here's Quinshawn Judkins. And this is a small pickup to the 39-yard line. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Now we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. More from NRG Stadium in just a moment. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
180! Kings! What's up?
Mayfield now from the gun. On target to his man Taylor. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Judkins headed right. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Baker now from the gun. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
What's up?
3rd and long, Mayfield. Diving right side, got it. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast, but he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
Pistol. 180! Stop!
Now here's Mayfield. This one finds Taylor. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
180! What's up?
Mayfield with a blitz coming. Catch is made in close. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal. Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their first. Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. Judkins. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3. Tennessee calling its 2nd timeout now. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
And they're turned away again. 2 great defensive stands. We've arrived at 3rd and goal. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. They've gone the wrong way twice. Need to make up that distance and more. Here's 3rd and goal.
6. 20. Start.
Throwing, Baker. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
Smith able to put it through. And they've taken back the lead.
That's tremendous execution right there. Really using every bit of time they had left in a methodical drive. Paying off with points. And remember, they'll get the ball to start the second half as well.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. Return coming from the 6. Lateral doesn't work. Fumble! And they dodge a turnover there on the return. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Shades of the 2009 Super Bowl. They're going onside kick to begin the second half. And the Texans secure that kick, no problem. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. All right, partner, are you on board with that call
No.
we just saw? Yes, they trailed, but not a huge lead. It's only in the 3rd quarter. Hold it, you jumped the gun. Now they're in a tougher spot because they didn't recover. Did you say no?
No. No. No.
Why not?
Because 95% of the time or so, those things fail. Why would you do that this early? No.
It was the rookie from Ohio State there to bring him down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Set. 180. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. What's up?
Mayfield now, blitz coming. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
We'll keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
What's up?
Here's Mayfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That throw was looking for Mason Taylor. And now it's 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down. Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line.
Up, closer. 180. Regular.
They'll air it out on 3rd. Finds him on the slant. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Out comes the field goal team for the Texans. His first kick was good. And his second look from 35 yards away. Smith able to put it through. And that grows the lead to 5.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2-for-2 for this kicker.
Smith has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it, 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Finds the in route complete. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Connects with his back, Kimani Vidal. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. They get 22 out of that play. And that's good for a Tennessee first down.
A gain of 22 yards. First down.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10. He's going to throw it again. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. That play good for 17 and a first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
From the gun, a run for Henry. And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Black, 95. You, yellow. Ready?
From the red zone on 1st. Texans closing in, and they get to him. And it's step 1 towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. 2nd and goal coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans grab the lead on their first series of the half. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that can score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it's
into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. The 50, 30, and that is 2 points the other way as he takes the pick the entire way back. Wow, still a full quarter left and down only a score, but here comes an onside kick. And the Texans secure that kick, no problem.
There's always a little competition on a football team to see who's going to make the hands team. Right, those defensive guys say, hey, listen, I'm not a receiver with bad hands. I got good hands. Well, this is the ultimate test of it right here, Kate. Who makes the hands team? Those are the ones that are most trustworthy to go finish these games, to go get those onside kicks, and to go finish that phase of the game out.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. It's Judkins on the counter. And they take him down right along the 30. 7 yards on that pickup. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Still working from the 30 as they line this up. 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Baker. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
From the red zone now. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Texans in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over 1 final quarter. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, Judkins. And this is going to be a Houston touchdown. The Texans grow the lead to 7. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. For the extra point, here's Smith. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans grow their lead to 8. All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty. Smith has it on the tee, and it's ready to send it flying. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
Ready?
Throwing from the gun here. Throw right side, caught by Smith. And this is brought to a stop at let's say the 34-yard line there. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
These QBs make it look easy, but that requires such a large amount of body control when you throw it on the move. You got to be able to get the same accuracy you would if your feet are set. Sure takes a lot of repetition to make it look easy.
Quickly out to the right, complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
Ready.
They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Set punt. 10 flat. Striker. 3-3. Red cycle.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's got it deep downfield. To the house for Tennessee, touchdown. The Titans down by only 2 in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Will line up for the two-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. They draw just the right throw, and we're tied. And they stay perfect, Brock. That's a perfect 3 for 3 now on 2-point tries. Is it just automatic at this point that if there's a touchdown, they're going to go for 2?
Well, I can tell this defense stops them. The answer is going to be yes. It's not supposed to be this easy. I mean, the numbers tell you you're not supposed to have this kind of success rate. But it's really clear this defense has no answer. Run, pass, confidence. The offense is owning them.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
20.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Run right side, Judkins. And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Okay, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
180.
First down, here's Baker. A little screen pass for Judkins. He's tackled there, so a nice start to a new set of downs, but let's see if they keep it. Let's examine this flag. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up.
Up, 180. What's on?
Mayfield now from the gun. Caught by his running back, Judkins. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Mayfield with a blitz coming. On a quick slant, it's Johnson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
First down now, ball at the 33. Shotgun handoff here for Judkins. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
The one thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
At the 32-yard line.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Good. 180. Scott.
Baker now from the gun. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered gate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Good. What's on?
Looking to throw. Johnson finds the football, complete. He's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Now with 2:09 left on the clock, we got a timeout from the defense. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10.
What's on?
Judkins out the middle. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. So the defense gaining the clock a little bit. So they call a timeout just before our 2-minute warning. 2:04 to go.
And 12 at the 20.
All right, one more snap here before our 2-minute warning. Now Mayfield. Dialing up a receiver screen. And that will not be enough for a first down. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Texans in range for a game-winning score. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Left side gets it out quick, and it's caught. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. Judkins running between the tackles. And the power play up the gut results in 2 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. He's keeping it, gotta get it forward. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. So before we get an attempt, there's contact up front. Will it make this field goal easier or harder? Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand. This is biggest moment of the game so far. An important field goal try here. A very short kick here from the right hash. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. They'll run. It's Judkins. He gets 4, but not there yet. That brings up 4th and goal. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. Now out comes the 2nd-year kicker in one of the biggest spots of his young career. Angling this one in from the right hash to challenge here. That one is good! And they've taken back the lead. So it's the Texans who defend their building.